Not only has Jonathan Majors been found guilty of his domestic violence thing, the incident he had in New York City where he went all Kang to conquer on his ex-girlfriend and he like double suplexed her, choke slammed her, did all kinds of shit to her. He probably thought, he's a method actor. He was probably still in character. He probably thought that he was still Kang, and he looked at her and he was like, oh, this is Captain Marvel. Anyway, he's been found guilty of this, ladies and gentlemen, and as a result, Disney has done the right thing. They have fired Jonathan Majors. He's Kang no more. He can finally break out of character. He can finally come back to reality, right? He's not going to be Kang anymore. I think is he still in the Creed movies? Because if he is, his new girlfriend better watch out. But nonetheless, Kang is no more. And this raises the question, should Kang be recasted? Should they recast Kang with someone else? Because of course he's a variant. There could be another variant out there that kind of looks like him, but it's not him. Should they do this? I don't think so. I think that they should just scrap this entire thing, throw it away, throw it in the garbage. Let's rebrand. Let's refocus on making Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Lucasfilm. Let's refocus on making these movies great again. Let's do that. Let's focus on story rather than identity politics, rather than all this other woke shit they've been pushing out. Let's refocus. Let's start making some money again, Disney. This is a good opportunity. This is a good opportunity to rebrand and refocus, because let's face it, this whole Kang thing, nobody was really into it, right? I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. I think the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, that was his big debut, right? It flopped hard. Nobody cared. Nobody cares about Kang, especially after he got his ass beat by a bunch of ants. But anyway, regardless, this is a very important moment for Disney, for Marvel, for Kevin Feige to rebrand. Let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to making good quality, good quality stories that we want to see, stories that were made popular, right? With the comic books. These comic books, they used to sell like hotcakes, right? I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. I think everyone can pretty much agree that there are plenty stories out there in comic books, in the Marvel comic books, to make good quality stories. Let's stop with putting identity politics first. Let's stop with all that, Kevin Feige, please. What the is this? Knock it off, Disney. Marvel, knock it off. You can't make this up. No, they're never gonna learn. For all these people that are like, oh, when is Disney and Marvel gonna get sick and tired of losing money? They're not. Because get a load of this. Kevin Feige's X-Men movie, right? That's the MCU X-Men movie, is gonna be female focused. Now, I'm going to get a lot of flack for this because they're like, oh, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with it being female focused? Listen, everything in Disney has been female focused for the past 3 years. Can we change it up a little bit? I mean, you got the X-Men. Let's run down the list of the X-Men that most people know and love. You got Cyclops, that's a dude. Wolverine. You got Charles Xavier. You got Nightcrawler, Beast. I mean, Colossus. You can go down the line. Female characters. You got Jean Grey, Jubilee, you got Rogue, right? But for the most part, it's more of a dude-centered team. But not anymore. Now, according to Kevin Feige, according to these idiots over at Marvel and Disney, now it's going to be a female-focused X-Men. Of course, right? And this is not a surprise to me, because we saw who they said was the first mutant, or one of the first mutants, right? It's Little Miss Marvel. Remember, she's no longer an Inhuman, or I think that's originally how she got her powers, right, from the Inhumans. But now she's a mutant. She has the X gene. Now I truly hope that this is false, because this is like just another example of them not learning their lesson. I've covered this already. The Fantastic Four movie is going to be led by Sue Storm, by a lady, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong is Disney pushing this, shoving this down our throats when this was never the case. Sue Storm was never the leader of the X-Men. It was always Reed Richards. And as far as the X-Men go, the leaders have always been Cyclops, Charles Xavier, sometimes Beast, and on occasion, I guess you can say that Jean Grey has been a leader, but for the most part, they're a team. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments, and like always, don't forget to subscribe. Sensational.